We sort of set the studio about 18 years ago. My name is Paul Crean. Been tattooing for 28 years. I'm originated from Middlesbrough, yeah, so I live in Normanby in the shop. We've been together for 30 odd years. The studio sort of we sort of set the studio about 18 years ago. 20 odd years ago. We sort of saw a gap in the market for quality sort of tattoos and to sort of promote ourselves really. So we have a coil machine here that is run by it's a rotary machine, but it's run by a motor that operates a spring mechanism that pushes the needle in and out, and that's how sort of generally our tattoo machines. So yeah, so every tattoo gets its own setup, individual setup. So it's sort of nice and relaxed. Right, if somebody comes in and sort of basically says they don't know what they want, then we basically have to break it down on what their particular interests are. So their interest might be nature, so they could look at sort of the butterfly thing or the flower sort of designs and things like that. So we just break it down on what they particularly like in their lifestyles. There's a lot of people who like the sort of movie element of tattooing, you know, like sort of celebrate what they like in movies and how they sort of.
I'm Dominic Dunn and I'm Principal Lecturer for International in the School of Computing Engineering and Digital Technologies at Teesside University. So this one I went to Angels in Middlesbrough and Jess, a girl called Jess did it, and I came in with a design and she did it for me basically, long story short. And yeah, I mean it was just a design that kind of quite a commonplace design that caught my eye when I was looking through various different tattoo images on Google, and I really liked the look of it, and it actually meant something to me, and it was related to my father and my passion, which is long distance running, and the year my father passed away, I kind of came up with this design and had shown him it, and I was always wanting to. I thought I'll get this done one day. Once I've completed this, I was training for a marathon. Once I've completed this marathon, in his memory, I'll get this tattoo on my leg. And I ummed and ahed about it for a while, and then 5 years later, again, I eventually got it done. So I got my first tattoo on my leg.
The most common tattoos are sort of generally names, girlfriends' names, boyfriends' names, things like that. There is things that sort of come and go as sort of a fashion thing, you know. Roses on the back of hands, skulls on the back of hands, infinity symbols and things like that. They're all sort of fairly regular tattoos. Some people do. Some people get it for a memorial reason. You know, like someone who may have passed recently passed, so they might need to get something on to sort of remember that person.
It's a foot with a wing on it, kind of symbolic of kind of running and hopefully running fast. You know, and remember, you know, it was just another way of, I suppose, trying not to forget my dad. Not that I ever would, but it's one of those things that, you know, you try when you lose somebody special to you, that I suppose you try to cling on to memories and things in lots of different ways.